Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to the program. Today, we will have this session in the afternoon. Being a Friday afternoon, maybe you may feel comfortable to attend at this point of a time because it is important for your next job. So I am trying to review the most possible questions or expected question in interview. It can be for any level. One such interesting question which I used to ask my candidate in my previous organization. I am enclosing that question now. Maybe with this you will be in a position to answer the interview question in a right way. This is being live recorded both in LinkedIn and YouTube. If you missed any of our previous session, you can go to the YouTube channel and watch these questions. Today number is 103, and the question is what is demand forecasting, and why do we need it? Okay, that is the question today. And many people may be wondering what it has to do with supply chain professional. I am not a marketing person, why I should know forecasting, and what are its implications. That's what we are going to see. The number one is you need forecast for your future. You may be in any business, or you may be working in any organization, you may be in any domain, but it is much more important if you are in supply chain domain to know what's going to happen in the future. So normally we use the past data to create projections into the future. Okay, we need to analyze maybe last 2 or 3 years data, find how is the seasonality level, trend, etc., and then forecast into the future. There are various methods, but for a basic understanding, forecasting means we are trying to do some kind of a prediction in the future based on the past. Okay, there are many methods are available, qualitative or quantitative method, that we will do in some of the future session. This demand forecasting can be near term, which means you're trying to make arrangement for what's going to happen today, tomorrow, or in the coming days. Even within the today, it could be next shift. You are trying to arrange the resources. Or medium term, say 2 months to 6 months, because you may have to get some additional material, or change the warehouse layout, or recruit some additional professional. Or on the other hand, it could be long term, maybe 2 to 3 years time, where you need some additional facility, or trying to rent out or lease a warehouse, or arrange the material handling equipment. So being in supply chain, you need this forecast, what you want today, tomorrow, in the coming weeks or coming months. Without that, everything can go wrong. Okay, so well, there may be a question whether that is accurate forecasting is possible. No, of course, it depends upon various factors. History is only one small portion. If you are considering that, you can expect a lot of error in the forecast. So you also need some expert judgment, and also you need to consider various external data which could influence the forecasting. Okay, so the person who is trying to do the forecasting must be an expert, not only in the analytics, but also should know the market. You should know the external environment, what is happening to the currency exchange rate, or oil prices globally, or when the recession is predicted, or what's going to happen further to the Russian Ukraine war. All this knowledge can help in doing a better forecast. But irrespective of that, we have to strive to get a forecast which is almost near to 100% accuracy. But nobody can say we can do 100% accuracy. In my experience, having 20% plus or minus error, seems to be fine. That's where supply chain can be prepared for such kind of a flexibility or agility. So even if it is a error, we need them because of various planning. I know we cannot do 100% accurate forecast, but I know the margin of error. So in my planning, I am going to inbuilt such error so that I am going to avoid any catastrophe. Okay, supply chain management depends upon this forecast. So you should also know how to do forecast. What are the factors influencing the forecast? And if you are both a demand planner and a supply chain executive, then you need you are expect you will do a perfect job. Okay, you know what is happening in the market, and also you can plan accordingly. Especially this is a very important input for material planning. You know, there is a hierarchy starting from snop, and then we do master plan scheduling. Third step is material requirement planning. Depending upon the lead time of this item, you may have to do the forecast much in advance. And when you know there is going to be some error, you can moderate your planning in terms of how accurate are they. Accordingly, you can incorporate in your material or supply planning. Of course, to ensure the right material availability, the demand forecasting input is required for inventory management. Without that, it will be a very difficult task. In fact, that is one of the greatest challenge for inventory management professional. If you have an idea about how the forecasting happens, what is the margin of error, and how we were doing it in the past 2 years, 3 years, and who is doing this forecasting. If you have that idea, and then you also know some of the external factors, then you can moderate your inventory management. Of course, they are also required in various areas. For example, within supply chain, purchasing should know how much direct indirect material may be required next 6 months or 1 year or next 2 3 years. Possible for warehousing also. In the 2 years time, should you take additional warehouse or material handling equipment or additional manpower? All this may be required. Without this knowledge, it may go wrong. And even if you are in logistic and dealing with cfas for import export or arranging transportation, you need to have some idea what we are going to do today, this week, next month, next quarter, or next year. Without this knowledge, then you will be doing only day to day firefighting, which is not good. So if you want to grow in supply chain profession, you should also have some knowledge about demand management, demand forecasting in particular, and know what are the basic methods, and also the margin of error with which this forecasting is done. Then you are going to do a better job than the current job. Thanks for watching. All the best. Bye. If you have any such question which need to be answered, you can either comment in the LinkedIn or YouTube so that I can take up for the next session. Thanks for watching. Bye.